good evening YouTube, and thank you for joining me for another round of this wonderful site will be called Card Market Watch. Today we'll be doing something a bit more home pointed. We'll look at the last few sets, see what money cards are still available, and see what's still currently going around in the market. Obviously, as most of us are aware, NA is still waiting for Eternity Codes. The prices are still inflated for the European market, but let's just jump right into it and see what we can actually get today.
Do you like amazing deals on your card games? Do you like amazing deals on your board games? Well, go to Total Cards and use my affiliate link in the description. They also ship internationally.
So, let's start off with this wonderful, degenerate looking beauty, Link Cross. So, as you can see, over 600 on the market, starting from €13. This is what we're getting. So, we got a German for 13, we got an English one for 13, also in the UK, so shipping should be shortened and hopefully not so expensive. With all fairness, €13, probably looking at about £11. Shipping in the UK is probably around about £1 to £2 if you're looking at like first class delivery, maybe tracked. So you're probably looking at about the like £13 mark, which is just a little bit under what you're paying on other sites at the moment. Look around, he's got 3 copies of the English if you somehow want to place that on Link Cross. You've got the Italians here. No, it's abundant on the marketplace. Don't worry about it being impossible to find. Girisu, the Orchist Mech Knight. So he's still got a kind of inflated price point. He's slowly coming down to what I'm thinking like we should be paying. I'm thinking like maybe a 30 to 35 pound, well, yeah, pound card coming soon. So probably about €40. It's nearly there. We're nearly getting to the point where we want to see this card now. Americans who wanted it have brought it. They're not paying the super overpriced cards now. If you look at the current prices on like TCG Player, they are ridiculous in America. So they are coming down. America's getting their boxes in 2 weeks, I think 3 weeks, around at the same time that I think Toon Chaos is meant to be released. So yeah, it's going to be one of those cases. If you haven't already brought a box or a case or whatever you're looking at, it's either going to be Toon Chaos or it's going to be Echo, and Echo's got some good prices still available for it. Although America's probably going to flood that market over there, and everything's just going to tank. So don't pay stupid prices for stupid products. As you can see here, we've got the super duper cheap €15 version. If you want to have a Japanese rare, so I don't know if this is an actual rare stamped, or if this is like a style of rare that's only in Japan. Obviously, there's no pictures, so I can't see. Just about my bike, I'm very sorry. But then you're looking for the cheapest copy that is non-Japanese, is English, at €44.50. So you're looking at about £40. Which is probably the best price we've seen for a long time. I don't think Tier 0 was selling it for this cheap at the time. I think the cheapest they sold it for was 68, I think. Don't quote me on this. After I think they sold the first 5, they bumped the price up to 70, and then it was like 75, then 85, then 95. I think they went up to like 100 something in the end because they kind of realised that the Americans are just buying all the cards from them. So like, let's make money, which is basically what happened. But there you go. So yeah, you've got quite a few around the 45 mark. You're not sort of going anywhere. Obviously, everything's still first edition, as long as it's a European one or American. Obviously, I don't know. So here, there's apparently Portuguese, Japanese is a new rare language. Obviously, there's no secondary printing yet, so everything will be first edition, and hopefully everything's in a good condition. Ghost Mourner and Moonlit Chill. Currently seeing around about an €18 market watch currently. When it came out it was like 40, so it's dropped considerably. I mean, let's see what it does. If your opponent special summons a monsters face up except during the damage step, you can discard this card and target one of those face up monsters, negate its effect until the end of the turn. And also if this face up monster leaves the field this turn, its controller takes damage equal to the original attack. You can only use the effect of Ghost Mourner and Moonlit Chill once per turn. It will see play at some point, but for now it's just a pretty card that we can put in our binders and go, hey, look, it's a pretty card. Kind of like No Material. Look, when it first came out, it seemed like it was going to be the big and massive card that everyone was going to need. And it went from being, I think, like a £60 card down to like a £15 card at one point, because people were just like, it doesn't do anything. But, yeah. So, a little water damage. Did you drop it in the toilet? What the? Okay, fine. So if you want the pea covered one, for €18, you go for it. You get that P covered one. You earn that bargain. If you want the non-P covered one in Italian, you're paying about €20. If you want the Spanish version, you're paying about €20. If you want another Italian, you've got 2 here for 20. No, okay. 20 for another one. The first English one here is 22. And then if you're looking for more English, you're going down to about the 24 with our playset. So yeah, these are also quite well in stock. Again, this is one of those cards that you're going to want to pick up, put in your binders next to all your staples and go, one day you'll do something, but until that day, it won't do anything. And an adorned Archosaur. I love this bejeweled little thing. He's snazzy, he's shiny, he does degenerate things, and this is why I like him. So, quantities on the market are still pretty good. In all fairness, I haven't seen this drop below 200 yet. People want to sell it because people realise that dinosaurs aren't amazing at the moment. So it's probably what every single YouTuber is saying. Like, dinosaurs are apparently the most degenerate thing, that are destroying formats and making everyone cry for days. Well, we haven't got anything in real life, and I've not seen a dinosaur succeed in the competitive online world since we started all these competitive online things. We're like 5-6 weeks into these, and I've seen like one deck up through, I think, like week 2. Well, I'm sorry to say, everyone's complaining about how powerful dinosaurs are, and yet they're not coming to the table with anything, so I don't think dinosaurs need to be too scared. But what does this guy do? If this card is normal or special summoned, you can destroy one dinosaur monster in your hand or face up on the field, except this little bugger. Then add one reptile, sea serpent, or winged beast monster with the same original level as the destroyed monster. We got a secondaries thing here. One evolution pill. Spell from your deck to your hand. You can only use the effect of this guy once per turn. I could really do with getting a big monster on the field. I'll just get rid of one of my searchers. I have a double evolution pill. Bam. Oh, look, I've got like super discharge mega ultra dragon dinosaur thing. He's going to be good. He's going to help the dinosaur deck for a while. I don't think the dinosaur deck's going to do amazing for a while because of how like trap heavy we've got currently, and a lot of combos. Like the 2 decks that have just come out from Eternity Code are just going to kick the life out of everything for a long time for now. So until we get rid of those, we don't really have to worry about like dinosaur decks being touched for a while. That's what the price is. So the first copy is English for €24, which I think is about £21, £21.50. That's a really good price. That's the cheapest I've seen anywhere ever. So yeah, if you're looking for it, we've got free English editions here. If you want to place it, you're going to pay, depending on postage, around £70 for a playset. So far, that's really good. Like that's considerably a good price. We've got Italians. We got a German here. If you want the Venezuela Archosaurus. Oh, I know you guys like your Germans. Here we go. But yeah, so the stock's quite high. English copies are available for cheapest currently, which is very strange. But yeah, we're doing alright for this. Access Code Talker, our big boy code talker. So, don't know if any of you care for this. Mac mechs like this. Any Cyverse deck generally likes this one. I know it's 2 effect monsters, but since it's a code talker, people generally use microcoder as they're like one of in the deck. Throw it in. Next thing you know, he's your friendly boy. So your opponent cannot activate. Can we go any bigger? No, we can't. I'm blind. Your opponent cannot activate cards or effects in response to this card's effect. Activations. If this card is link summoned, you can target one link monster that was used as link material as its link summoning. This card gains attack equal to the monster's link rating times 1000. You can banish one link monster from your field or graveyard, destroy one card your opponent controls. Also, for the rest of this turn, you cannot banish monsters with the same attribute to the activated effect of Access Code Talker. So, as you can tell, this will never be in something like a Thunder Dragon deck because we like to banish things. But yeah, like Math Mech, or I think people have said Atignistas really like this card. Obviously, a Cyverse deck. So yeah, the roguest of road decks are going to be wanting to use this, but it's a good card. Like, Not a great attack. Obviously, it's a Link 4, but at the same time, it's not a terrible thing. I'm being attacked. Help! Someone send help, please! Quick! 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 Prices, yeah, it's still around about the €40 mark, so looking at like 37, 36-ish. That's not a bad price. Price is slowly trickling down, though. How much? It's 350 on the market. You know, we're seeing prices come down. People obviously want to get rid of these while they can, while the hype's still high, but obviously not too high. Let's try that again. Cat, not the mic and the camera. Gizmes Uka, the festive fox of Fesundity. So obviously everyone's seen what this thing can do. A lot of people went throw money at it. It's going to save the format. It's going to punch the goddamn market. But Cat's looking at me, she'll beat me up. There's 536 of these on the market. The cheapest is going for €8. I'm going to say this now. I pulled this card from my box. Go check it out on the channel. It's a good card. It's not a great card, but it's a good card. Will it see much more play? Probably not. I think the only thing it's really going to be good in is like a green deck. You know, dispel everything, get rid of everything. But it doesn't do a lot. It does one thing. It does one thing good, but it's literally the only thing. It's not a counter trap card. It's not a... You don't put all your eggs in one basket card. But here we go. German 8. German 850. German 9. Please don't murder me. Please, pussycat. Don't kill me. Love me. Then we got our French copies. Then your first English is 10. I mean, you know, that's not a bad price. If you're looking for a playset, it's a good price. I mean, once we figured out what they could do to say, what was it, Adamantipator's, like the price went from being like a £4 card, where I should have brought the other two to make a playset. It jumped up to like 26, 27 in like literally like an hour. So yeah, if this is going to do things in the future, get these cards where they go down in price. I think 8 to 6 is probably going to be where it settles, because people obviously know it can do things. It's just when will they do the things they want to do. Mr. Needlefiber, Crystron Helifibrex. This fella right here wants to be banned. Like, I'm not saying this as someone who's jelly. If you've watched the channel, or you know what the channel does, we open sealed products occasionally, and we pull one of these. I'm not aching because I don't have one. I know what it does, and he's degenerate. He's making decks that shouldn't be so powerful. And he's either going to do one or two things. He's either going to get banned, and that's how we live our life, or he's not going to get banned, and he's going to ruin a hell of a lot of cards because they're just going to constantly go like, oh, well, I can do this, or I can do that, or I can do this, because I have all these cards that make this thing really good. Well, that's fine, but then you literally have a format of where you want your needle fiber in there to sell a certain product for X amount of time, or literally ruining like half a dozen cards. Like, how many cards got banned on the last ban list because of this card? Do you really want another 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 or 15, 20, 30 cards going on a ban list because of one card? Like, don't ban the things that could be broken. You ban the things that are actually doing the damage. But nonetheless, for those who want to get one, looking around at 1,000 on the market. Now, I'm not sure if this is because it got pulled a lot all of a sudden, or if because people are getting a bit worried because June 1st is very, very close now. It's only a week away. And people are just going to see the ban list. It's going to say Helifibrex banned, and people are going to be like, well, I tried to sell it in time. I tried to make that extra few quid. But here we go. So, first copy's here for 18, 2 on the market, German. If you like your German copies, go for it. We've got in English. Then we've got our French. I mean, this guy here is holding 12 at €19, so £17-ish. Postage is probably going to be like 3 quid, so you're looking at 20 quid a card. That's a good price. These are, I think, averaging currently like 25, 24 on eBay. So you say you got a little bit of saving there. Again, lots of English, lots of German, a few French, and a few Spanish. Ignore me, no Spanish. A lot of French, and a lot of English, and a lot of German. So they're on the market. You need one, get one where you can. Well, wait till June the 1st, or hit refresh a lot and see what we can get. Predaplant Averte Anaconda. She's going to do some good things in the future, and by good things I mean she's going on a ban list after this one. because once we get our good friend Red Eyes Dragoon, and she's just going to be whipping that guy out, and people are going to be like, well, I can't play the game again, she's going to get banned. And that's going to be one of the biggest problems we're having in Yu-Gi-Oh! Now. It's going to be all these nice cool cards that do all these cool things are going to get banned because they're making it easy to do kind of ruiny things. But there's a lot on the marketplace. It's not as rare as people think it is. It's holding around the same sort of value as a needle fiber, which is, I suppose, good. I mean, at one point this was the money card of the set. But there you go. So if you want your Germans, lots of Germans around here in stock. You only need one per deck. It's not one of these like you need 3 of. You do just need the one card. Just get it out, do your stuff, get it in, gone. We need English copies. Our first English copy is at, again, 17.50 plus postage where you're coming from Slovenia. That's probably £4. So you're probably paying about 20, 21, 22 pounds for these. But again, stock of 8, go underneath him, same. Whereas if it's Austria, I mean, again, you're probably paying some very similar postage. How this works essentially is like you put it in, you see how much your postage is, and you go from there. An American version here for some reason, 20 of them. I'm not sure if there's any difference. I don't know if there's a difference in spelling, but there you go. Infinite Impermanence. This guy who will hold value forever and a day until either he gets banned or until he gets limited. And there's no point to do either of those things, as he's a Hadra. Well, technically. Yeah, if you want the more expensive version, you go for the secret rare. But I mean, get what you can. These are going for like 45 to 50 at the moment. These are going for 15 on here. Ultra rares, I personally think look really nice. I'm not a massive fan of the sparkly prismatic cross dimension secret rares that we have. But I'm an old man. I don't need things twinkling in my eyes. So let's see, we got a first edition Spanish. English is apparently not first edition. I didn't even know there was any secondary one's out yet. Don't think there is anything just in but first. English, a few Germans on sale. French, Germans, Spanish, Italian. English, obviously for those people who want like obviously the cheapest, try and get yourself like 3 ofs if you can. So English has only got 1, he's only got 1 there, he's got 1 there. That's going to probably be a problem. He's got 2. He's got 6. So you go, this guy here. Maybe it's worth just buying 6 from him, saving yourself the postage. I don't know. You tell me. But yeah, definitely a free of card. Not always in free of in a deck, but it's always good to have a playset on hand. Chaos Dragon Levernier. He's going to do some big things soon. Super cheap in the market. Obviously, he's the 3rd printing of this card. We have a secret rare, we have an ultimate rare, and we have an ultra rare. Now, if you don't want to go spend like £60 on a ultimate rare, then you don't just spend it. Don't spend it. Don't be silly. If you don't go spend £40 on a secret rare, well, don't do it then. If you want to spend £2.50 on an ultra rare, you spend £2.50 on an ultra rare. But there's so many people saying how good this card is, currently, how good it's going to be when Chaos stuff drops from Armageddon and Toon Chaos. Speculation is speculation. We don't exactly know what's going to be in either of those sets yet. But a lot of people are saying like this is essentially the new way to play Rockets, especially if we get the errata for Red Eyes Darkness Metal Dragon, which I'm still guessing we will. I'm still thinking we're going to get it reprinted in Season 1, and when we get it reprinted in Season 1, it'll have the errata, which is fine. It's still a good card. It still does good things. It's just not as degenerate as it has been, but it still plays. It's still be an extender. But enough of that. Let's have a look at this. I mean, this card's great in things like Thunder Dragons, it's great in Cyber Dragons, it's great in Rockets, like Dragon Link decks, whatever. If it's got dragons in it and they use the Chaos engines, great card. If you like your French, cheap. You like your English, €3. Again, there's lots on the market. Got a full playset here. Look at getting this postage combined. Probably looking at about £10 for a playset with your postage. Now you might go, oh, but on eBay, well, on eBay they're like £4 or £5 still. I think I saw the cheapest at like $3.99. So you can find them, you can get them. Mecha Phantom Beast Auroradon. This is the puzzle piece to everything that we hate right now. He makes Needle Fiber too good. He makes Linkross too good. He makes Synchron Engine too good. He's just too good. 1,666. These are not a rare card from the set, in all fairness. We only pulled when we opened our case, but we tried, well, half a case. We had 6 boxes. I don't think it was a full case. That was a half a case. It's a great card. You don't have to do all of these things, but it's great. So yeah, people with English, you got Italian, you got German copies. It's a one-off in the extra deck. You don't need to have a playset. If you want to place it just for the sake of it, I'd recommend getting a playset where you can. These are still currently super cheap. I don't think this would be hit on the ban list because it's an extender to the degenerateness as opposed to being the reason why there's degenerateness. So if you lose a certain Mr. Halley Firebrax, this card's still going to be good, just not as good as it currently is. Lib, the World Keyblade Master. Super duper cheap. A lot of copies on market currently. Now, she's not going to be in every single deck. She's not going to be the bestest card in the world. But she's good. She's consistent. Obviously, she needs to have World Legacy cards in the graveyard to be able to summon her. That's her downfall, but she's a good card. So again, looking super cheap currently. 4 English ones here. I understand this. I'd recommend, if you can afford it, get a playset of this. Like, they're super cheap right now. Obviously the postage is probably going to be more expensive than the extra cards are worth. But get a playset of it, not because I think you start playing free of in the decks of this card, but I think it's because it's in the future these cards are going to go up in price. Maybe like, not a great deal, but definitely penny stocks. You get your pennies worth here. Once you start seeing play and actually has like some tournaments behind it, this card's going to be, instead of being like 50 pence a card, it's going to be like a good £2, £3, £4, £5, £6 card. It's going to happen. When is the question? So, Lightning Storm. This lovely, expensive card. Now, you may notice here this is a 23 pricing here, but wait, there's more. It's the Japanese super rare that we all love to hope and hate. So it's the Portuguese Japanese super rare. You know that one. 4 copies in the market. If you don't mind playing the super rare Japanese Portuguese edition, then you carry on. Super cheap. It's cheaper to buy a playset of these than it is to buy a single card. So if you don't mind just getting translations for the cards, it's fine. Just go for it. Just do what you can. Again, we've got a playset here from for Germans, if you're into Germans. Again, English here, you've got a playset of 2 for what's that, 73 each. That's really good. eBay prices last time I checked were like 95, 96. So you are saving a lot. You are saving some money here. Like there's no joke about it. Again, they're on the market. Obviously, it's just what you're willing to pay for, and obviously what language you want to play it in. There's 266 in the market. You know, they're a super rare card. You know, you can only get like 1 to 2 per box. I don't think I've heard anyone say they've been getting 4 or 5 per box, which can happen, but I've not heard anyone say they have. But yeah, like if you can afford it, you want to spend money, you spend money on this. It's a good price. It's a really good price. A Pelosa, Bow of the Goddess. So currently price set around 65, 165. We do know that Rising Rampage is going to be part of the Megatins this year, so things such as this and IP Masquerena and our next card have a chance of being printed in the Megatins. Now, do we think they're going to be? Possibly. Do we know they're going to be? No. There's no certainty. The second they start dropping, like, you can get this in like ultra rare or super rare, the price is going to shift. Now, not necessarily down, not necessarily up, but there is rarity whoring, and there will always be rarity whoring. It's a extra deck monster. Your cards don't get shuffled by random strangers who just like jerry cut them in the sky. Just keep your eye on these prices. So our first 5 here are Germans. Our first English is 69 giggity. So that's probably about 64.50, 65. That's probably one of your best prices. I think the cheapest I've seen on eBay is about 74 to 79. Could have changed. Obviously, we're getting closer and closer to the Megatins. We're not going to know what's in them until after Rise of the Duelist, I believe. That's, well, after Armageddon, because they come out around the same time, Rise of the Duelist and Megatins. But yeah, definitely a one-off in the extra deck. I know some like to use 2 because Pendulums, I think, is the only one that really uses 2, but there we go. These are your prices. Borreload Savage Dragon, Savage Strike, Chaos Impact, Rising Rampage. I want to say Dark Neostorm, I don't know if it is in this one. They're all getting reprints in the Megatins this year. Borreload Savage Dragon is seeing some ridiculous spikes in price right now. We're not even playing in any tournaments. No locals, no tournaments, no nothing. I looked at this card a month or so ago and I was like, I'm not paying £40 for this card, I'm not paying £35 for this card. That's stupidly overpriced. We're now looking at around about a £70 card because people are just throwing them out like crazy. I mean, look how many on stock currently. 80 on the market. That is 2/3, sorry, that is 1/3 of what was on market for Lightning Storms. This card is spiking out of control because people want to use. It's just a good card. It's in every single deck. But it's getting out of hand. So, €35, €35, €35. English 35, first edition. That's around about £32. If you do not have one of these and you don't spend a lot of money, you grab one now. Yes, there's a definite chance it's going to come out in the Megatins. There's a definite chance it could be one of the secret rares, Prismatics, because its current rarity is Ultra. There's a super good chance it could come out as a common, just to screw people. You don't know what we're going to get yet. We don't know what we're going to get yet. All we know is that the Megatins are on the horizon. What are our next sets? So, we've got Tooncast. We've got Season 1. We've got Structure Beasts. I honestly don't think we're going to get, like, a Savage Dragon common in the Structure Beast deck from our... but, you know, I'm just saying. Then we've got Armageddon. This could be reprinted Armageddon. Battle Legends. Will it be? Probably not. It makes no sense to do it in Battle Legends while we get in the reprint set in Megatins. Then we have Rise of the Duelist. Again, definitely not going to get in Rise of the Duelist. Rise of the Duelist is pretty much set in stone what we're going to get, as it's obviously all out in Japan. Obviously we can sometimes get different cards very slightly, but as a rule it's already set in stone. After that we have our Megatins. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things we're going to get before we get Megatins. Either save your money or start spending your money. It's up to you guys. But that's been me for your Market Watch. It's been a very long one today. It wasn't intentionally going to be a 30-minute Market Watch. This one's just trying to get some things out for the rest of the week. Thank you for joining me. Please leave a like, comment and subscribe. It means a lot to me. You guys have a good week. Goodbye.